10 seconds.
Welcome to Clever Title Pending, a proud member of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. We talk to creatives about creativity and the business behind them. So type in your questions and become part of the conversation. And now, here's your host, Brian K. Morris.
And there I am now. I knew it was going too smoothly. Anyway, thank you for being here on a very special edition of Clever Title Pending. And this is kind of a warm-up. We're going to be bringing another season of Clever Title Pending starting sometime in January. We're going to bring back the panels. We're going to bring the stuff back that you've been wanting to see. But anyway, we're glad you're here on the December 8th. 2021 edition. We've got a couple of really wonderful ladies here, very talented pair who have a project going that we'll be discussing over the next hour or more, but it's going to depend a lot on your questions. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat and we'll be glad to address them. All I can say is we thank them for being here, and we thank you for being here, whether you're watching us live or on the rerun. And if you're watching us on the rerun, if you're watching YouTube, please put some questions down the bottom and we'll try to answer them as best we can. But first of all, we're going to start with our attitude of gratitude, and the first one goes to Jeffrey Hayes and Plasma Fire Graphics for sponsoring this episode. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. When you've written a great book, you want the best cover you can get in order to sell that book, right? So that's why you need to talk to Jeffrey Hayes of Plasma Fire Graphics. A number of publishers already use his work, including Rising Tide, and we couldn't be happier. He also does graphics to help you sell it on social media, as well as beautiful book trailers, such as what you just saw, and what you see sometimes from my own books. So anyway, if you want to see more of those samples, go to the Plasma Fire Graphics Facebook page, as well as plasmafiregraphics.com, where you can contact Jeffrey directly and ask about his rates. You will be amazed at how affordable he is. Even Cookie lets me use him, so you know how affordable he is, and he does great work, and he's really great to deal with. That's plasmafiregraphics.com. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it matters to your readers a lot. And also, we want to thank the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Rising Tide raises all ships, and that's what we're here for, to help each other build our audiences. And so please check out the other shows on the network. We've got a Facebook page. Please find us there. And let's see, tomorrow is Wednesday morning, so Thursday, excuse me. I barely know what day it is. I'm used to this being on Tuesdays. Anyway, not inspiring much confidence in our guests. But anyway, tomorrow will be Comic Book Spectrum at 6 p.m. with Eric S. Hawkins, Clyde Hall, and Brian Robin, and myself. We're going to review the latest comics and talk about what else is out there. And we've got all kinds of great shows on there, so please check out and give that page on Facebook a like, if you would, please. We also want to thank our Patreon subscribers. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators directly with a modest financial stipend, but you get stuff in exchange. And many of the people who back this Rising Tide mission also have pages of their own, including one Morgan Comnick, who you will be talking to soon. So please check out our Patreon page, and if you want to see your name on this card, go to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And I'm excited. This is going to be a fun show, and we're looking forward to your comments and questions. We've had Morgan Comnick on before. She is an independent author of all kinds of stuff, but she'll be introducing herself in just a second. And then we've got a new friend here, Abby Anderson, that I think you'll be very impressed with, because she is just absolutely amazing. I was looking at her resume. I'm like, oh, holy cow. I've done nothing with my life. But anyway, I would like to introduce to you Abby Anderson and Morgan Comnick. Ladies, how are you tonight?
Fantastic.
Well, cool. Excellent. That's what we're going for here. And we will be talking about all kinds of things, but we look forward to your questions. So please be nice. Be nice to your guests. And be rude to me. I'm used to it. But anyway, we've got some great things coming up in the next hour or two. So we're going to let the ladies introduce themselves. We'll start with Morgan, then we'll go to Abby. And here we go. Morgan, tell everybody who you are and why you are so amazing.
I'm figuring that out sometimes, but I will do my best. Hi, everybody. I'm Morgan Comnick. I am a teacher by day. I am an author by night and nerd 24/7. So Brian knows me for conventions, and I'm here to promote kind of a literacy project that I've been working on with Abby. I currently have 7 books out. My 8th one's coming out in 2022. And we got some fun projects and a Patreon as well to help fund those. So I'm really looking forward to nerding out with you wonderful bookworms, otakus, and just fabulous people.
There we go. Thank you very much. And now our new friend, Abby Anderson.
Hello. Yes, I'm Abby. I am an actor currently living in Mississippi, of all places. I am currently getting my master's degree in theater performance. So theater is mostly what I do, but I've also been working on a very special project with Morgan. Very excited to be helping her out with this. We're so excited to share it with all of you soon.
Definitely. Thank you so much. And I am Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, former mortician's assistant, award-winning playwright, and host of this show moderately. So anyway, thank you for being here. Seriously, when Morgan started telling me about the project you guys have going, I got excited because a lot of people talk about wanting to do this thing, and they never pull the trigger on it. And full disclosure, I'm one of them. But anyway, we're hoping that'll inspire some people to maybe get off their backsides and maybe put that extra effort out that I need to do too. But anyway, first of all, how did you two meet? How did you come in contact with each other?
Well, I was actually looking for someone for this special project skill set, and I got to audition with a lot of people. And the second I encountered Abby, I knew that she was the one. So I was so happy that she was going to help make my dream come true. And I wanted to help her 1,000% as well. So, and she's just so pleasant to get along with. So I know that this project's going to be really amazing because she is a big part of it and I couldn't do it without her. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah, I praise her all the time, but I can't praise her enough. So.
That's a good thing, a little praise goes a long way. Now, how did you find Abby? Did you, let's shall we just get it out of the way and tell what the project?
Yeah,
I think we should.
Okay, it is. Morgan, tell us what this is.
Okay, so my first book ever that I wrote almost 9 years ago, Spirit Vision, is now an audiobook, and Abby is the narrator.
That is very, very cool. Now, did you do this yourself, Morgan? Did you do this, or did you do it through one of the services like Audible?
Yes, I went for Audible for recommendation of some other author friends. And, I work for independent/small press and imprint. So, money's tight. But I found an amazing person that was willing to work with me. And she was just fantastic. I mean, I'm glad you love my characters, at least most of them, I hope.
That is very cool. Now, Abby, how did you, on your end, how did you get found? Did you apply to Audible as a voice artist? Or
So with Audible, they have a website where there are all these titles that you can audition for. A website is called acx.com if anyone's interested in getting into narration. And so I was looking through different titles to see if there was anything that sparked my interest. I tend to gravitate towards more young adult themed things just because that's what my voice fits. And so when I read the little selection that Morgan had provided as her audition, I knew immediately I wanted to try out for it. And after a couple conversations, we figured out it was a good fit. So
Yes.
yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, what did you have to prepare, Morgan, in order to get it ready for Audible? What all did you have to, what kind of package did you have to put together to attract somebody like Abby?
Well, you actually had to have a book. So I'm just being honest, because they ask you for like
who'd have thought, right?
Yeah, right? But they took a lot of my information for Amazon, since Audible and Amazon are connected. So I had to have like a synopsis. I had to have that basic stuff. But then I had to explain, like, what kind of accents were you looking for? Maybe the main characters, what's special about their voices, the tone of the story, the age of the story. And then I had to provide some samples as well from different sections of my book. So I tried to find some that like encompassed the 3 main characters. And then I gave Abby the hard one that had like 10 different random teenagers in it in the cafeteria. But she nailed them all, and it was great. I loved it.
Now, did you, how many people did you audition for this? Or how many samples did you have to sift through, Morgan? For
Spirit Vision, I think I went for 7.
Wow.
And then Hunter and Bringer, I went for about 13.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one we're doing the Patreon for as well. So, but I was just shocked people were even interested. I was like stunned.
That's fantastic. Now, Abby, have you done the audiobook yet? Is it completed?
Yeah, it is. Yes, it.
And you got it done like in an hour, right?
No.
Sorry?
Yeah, you got it done in like 1 hour, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. How long did it take you to do it?
I've been working on it since August, and I've just wrapped it up this week. So.
Holy cow. Mm-hmm. Now, how many hours would you say you've put into this?
Well, it's about a 15-hour book in total, and it probably has taken about 5 hours per hour of the book. So math, 15 times 5, whatever that is.
15 times 5 is 75. And to think I took journalism in college because it didn't have a math requirement. Now of the 75 hours, let's say, was that with multiple takes? Did you submit multiple takes?
So
to Morgan,
no, I went through it all on my own and sort of had to edit out what takes were bad, or sometimes I'd read the wrong words. And so I'd follow along with the book as I was recording and then going back over it saying, how did I miss that? Why did I say the wrong thing? So having to go back in and then re-edit it all, or sometimes the characters would sound different between 2 chapters. So I'd have to even it out so they'd sound consistent.
I feel bad because I feel bad.
Oh, don't feel bad. It's part of the fun of it all.
See, I get the fun part. I listen to like, oh, this is perfect. I just perfect.
Yeah, you're done. What do you care? Yeah. It's like, what's taking Abby so long?
No. I'm like, well, I wrote the script.
Well, this is awesome. I love hearing it. So basically, Abby, you were the director, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and how many corrections did Morgan make you do? I can mute her mic if she starts getting nasty. So.
I asked Morgan before I started anything what she envisioned for specific characters, what she wanted. So I tried to present to her a somewhat finished product based on what her expectations were. I didn't want to just give her something that my interpretation, because it's her book, her words, her characters.
Right.
I wanted to make sure I did them at least somewhat in her vision, what they were. So, so I know Morgan's been listening to them as I've been uploading them chapter by chapter. And yeah,
like I said, they're perfect. And what I loved about Abby she's so professional. Like, she read the whole book, or the manuscript version I gave her, and then she asked a whole bunch of questions. And I was like, "How do you describe this voice?" And then finally, I'm like, "Well, maybe I should talk it. I'm not a professional." But then we had like these audio recordings back and forth, and then she figured it out because she's a very intelligent, wonderful person. So, but she, like I said, she was so professional, and she's like, I want to do this right. I got to do this right. Which I'm sure is wonderful with her acting, because I know she acts all the time, and I'm sure that's why she's so incredible with that.
Yeah, I was going to segue into that now.
Yeah,
Abby,
there you go.
yeah, thank you, Morgan. You're
You're
reading my
welcome.
mind. You're sharing.
Yeah.
We're sharing a brain. Can't help immediately.
I got
anyway,
you, boo.
that's right. But tell us about your experience, your acting experience, Abby. What got you into it, and what have you done?
Yeah, so I started acting very young. Back in elementary school, got the theater bug, did it all through school, decided to pursue it in college. I went to Rider University in New Jersey, got my Bachelor of Fine Arts in musical theater to start with.
Yeah.
And then I took the last 5 years, I've been working in the regional theater circuit, traveling all over the country, doing different plays and musicals. And then over COVID, as everything sort of shut down in that world, sort of started to reevaluate where I want my career to go. So now I'm back in school getting my master's, working on more facets of acting that I can, doing more Shakespeare, some stage combat, getting into audiobook narration, just trying to get all these different types of projects together to be more of a well-rounded performer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I've done community theater myself. I love combat. I love stage combat.
It's so fun.
It really is. I describe it as the art of killing each other safely. Yeah, and if you can hear an audience gasp, that is the best sound ever, because there is a social convention with applause. Because it's kind of the audience being able to reward the performers further. This is how it was explained to me by a very wise director. And then laughter, people will start to follow if other people, it's kind of infectious. And some people will laugh like, oh, I don't want to seem like a dullard, so I'm going to laugh too, so they know I know what's going on. But gasps are totally involuntary. And when you think somebody has injured somebody on stage and you go, that is the most honest reaction I think you can get from an audience. So, I fully understand that. Now, drop some names. What sort of plays have you done in the past, Abby?
So I just finished in my MFA program. We just did Henrik Ibsen's Hedda Gabler. A classic. And before that, I worked at in California. I did Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, based on the film, and also based on the a film. Steel Magnolias was my show before that. So those are a couple of my recent things. I'll be doing Noel Coward's Blythe Spirit this spring, which is really exciting.
Wow, way to drop names there. That's awesome. And if you want to take a look at Abby's resume, it is très impressive. It really is. AbbyMarieAnderson.com. Right? See,
that's right.
Yeah. And but anyway, check it out. And hopefully, I hope you get to if you're in traveling shows, I hope you get to the Midwest sometime, so that the two of us can see you.
We can actually meet in real life.
That would be great.
Yeah, that would be amazing. It really would. And I noticed we have got a bunch of comments here. So let's see if any of them are talking to us, but we will acknowledge everyone that's here. And Carl Witzman, thank you for being here, brother. Please don't forget to like this video. And if you like this channel, think about subscribing. Thank you, Carl. Thank you very much. And Samantha Washburn, good to see you. Hello.
Hi, Sammy.
That's right. We do know her. That's right. And I can take Sarah can take a picture of it with a size comparison to see how big the Superman Funko Pop is. And everyone needs a ridiculously large Superman Funko. I've got one. So anyway, thank you. And we had a comment dump just as I was starting up the conversation. That's where you get comments building up, and then StreamYard drops a whole bunch on you, and you can't help it. So that's why you guys are never coming back. You're going to be like, oh my God, he doesn't know how to run a show. Anyway, Dan Hollifield, get my comfort chair. Glad to see you, Dan. Yes, and Carl's here, and glad to see you, and hello. And Joseph Lockwood, good to see you. And yes, we were worried. Hi, Sarah. And Lindell Johnson, good to see you. I hope you're feeling better. You and your missus both. And Marissa Sifford is here. Glad to see you.
Lisa.
And yes, I have the huge Superman Funko Pop, much to my wife's consternation. But thank you, though. It is worth whatever they are charging for it. Believe me, happiness will be yours. I also have the Masters of the Universe He-Man too. So any more than that, It's like this with me and the wife. So anyway, hello to Sarah Womack. Glad to see you here. And getting my coffee ready, brother. We are always ready with a cup of ambition here. You talk about what fuels our show. And I know I'm going to botch this, and I apologize in advance. Mimi Mimikoden? Am I anywhere close to that? I hope I am.
You know Mimi. She does the wigs at the conventions we go to.
Oh, okay, Mimi. I'm sorry. I forgot. How are you? I hope you are well. And hello to Donna Carly. Mwah, glad to see you. And say hello again to Samantha Washburn. And William Bove, good to see you, my friend. Hope all is well. And we do too. And let's see. And Teresa Dunn, glad to see you tonight. And Lou Motion, hello to you, my friend. And Fun Panel, that's what we're here to have. Now, please bring us some questions, please, ladies. All right. And let's see here. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Yay, Morgan. From Marissa. Yeah.
That's
and I am Morgan from Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
And Sarah has a similar shirt. Yay. And Chris Hutchings. Oh, I know who you are, Chris. How are you doing? And William Bove says, Abby, it's a great pleasure to meet you. And I don't know what I said, but he's saying, hell yeah. Anyway, and I'm glad you're doing okay, Teresa. We'll talk to you later. And love the happy energy in the panel. How do I not know these fun chicas? I do, and I don't get out at all. I'm just stuck here in this little cubicle here. It's only a rumor that I exist from the waist down. I'm kind of like a new age Max Headroom here. So, but anyway, now you can get to know them by asking them great questions. Yes. There we go. And positive is amazing. One of the best of things. And so cool. That's right. That's what these ladies are indeed. And Lindell says, that's so awesome, Morgan. And I believe if I'm reading that correct, Jacob 1451 is waving at us. Hello. And Sarah says, how did you meet these two?
Good question.
Well, see. Well, I met Abby through Morgan. So that's easy. Now, Morgan, we've met at Toy Man, haven't we? Shows that we met?
I think that's where we really had a conversation. I saw you at Cape Cons for years, and he's just so brilliant, Abby. I was like scared to approach him because everybody loves him. So I was just like, he's got 20 people over there. I can't go say hi yet.
like I'm the Wizard of Oz. None dare approach the presence. Yeah, you bet. So,
no.
Yeah, like I'm so off-putting. You bet. Yeah, this
quite the opposite.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know any strangers at these shows. So
that's true.
If anything, I was probably intimidated. This thing I've had since childhood, approaching beautiful women. So because I'm so shy.
Goodness. Make me blush.
I know. See. Anyway, I shouldn't be saying this sort of thing in front of Chris, maybe. But anyway, that's awesome.
That's my mom, Abby.
I know. Yeah. Mom's making sure Brian behaves. Anyway. And Teresa is happy for you, Morgan.
Yay, thank you, Teresa.
Thank you so much. And Jessica Johnson. We know her. That she is the head of Heroes for Kids Con, and it's Heroes for Kids out of Perryville, Missouri, is a group of wonderful cosplayers who use their superhuman cosplay powers to benefit the kids in the community.
We do.
Indeed you do. And Abby, you'd love her because the show she puts on in July, which means you have to come through our part of the world in July, is part of the proceeds. Of course, they've got to pay for everything. That's a given. But they're a fully 501c charitable organization, whatever you call it. And what they do with the excess is they split it up between a local charity and then a national charity that benefits children.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's like that's a hard show to say no to, and Jessica's hard to say no to because she's amazing. So anyway, and William Bove loves that cover, Morgan.
Yeah.
And Sarah, hi, people I don't know.
Hi.
Oh, and let's see. Here we go. Oh, and we have welcome MYR Mediums. Morgan, what have you found is the best way to promote your books? What has had the best return? And now we're doing the the audiobook thing, but what have
Yeah.
you done to basically promote yourself and your work?
Honestly, a lot of local is where it started, a lot of local support. And then I went to conventions. I think that's my favorite way to interact anyway. That's where I get the most sales because, as Brian can tell you, you get that one-on-one unique interaction with your customers. And maybe they don't want your book when they first come, but then you just give them that smile and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm a geek too. And you have this conversation and then you get this connection with them. So that's a good way to promote yourself. And then over the years, I've gotten braver and done, like I work for a geeky magazine that helps me get exposure. I'm doing the audiobook. And then Brian, for some reason, asked me to do his shows sometimes.
What was I thinking?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
anyway.
Absolutely. So start small, start local, and then kind of grow your business. And with the internet world, I mean, Amazon's your best friend. You know, I mean, everything's on Amazon. So, well, sometimes they're your best friend.
Yes. And I'd like to add to that, always promote yourself. Hashtag,
Yes.
Promote yourself. And always try to slip in, like a mention or something subtle every chance you get. But just make sure also promote your friends, because it's law of attraction, karma, whatever you want to call it, it's rising tide. It all comes back to you. So
absolutely.
Now Morgan, Abby, now in this regard, how do you see this? How will you be using this to promote yourself and your talents? Have you made that plan yet?
To be honest, not really. I mean, I'll put it on my website. Social media, I guess, is the best tool. It's where I connect with people as I move all over the place. So sort of, in that way.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, Lindale Johnson has the question of the night. This is something we should have been asking. Is it on sale now, and how do we get it?
Well, it's on Audible. And it'll be on sale on, I guess, drum roll, on Saturday, the 11th.
Yay! And remember, 11's a prime number, so you know it's good.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, and by the way, on the 11th, while that's premiering, I will be at the Writer's Block in Toledo, Ohio, at the mall there. We'll be talking more about on Friday on Nevermind the Furthermore at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central Time. Hashtag always promote yourself. Anyway, William Bove says Sarah rocks. And liking the excitement, says Joseph Lockwood.
Thanks, Joe.
And Sarah says Andy is the bomb. And yes, the energy tonight is glorious. That's what we try to have. I'm sorry if I'm bringing everyone down. But anyway, and I think I know who this is. Hello, lovelies. Hope you're having a good night. Good to see you. I hope you are having a good night. And of course we are. So Sarah. And wait a minute. Now we're getting into a fight here. We're setting them off against each other. Morgan rocks more.
What?
How do you know how much Abby rocks? I'm sure she rocks too.
Abby's amazing.
Morgan's amazing. Her book. So good.
And in this corner, we'll just let these two go into Thunderdome. I'll get the video camera ready. Anyway, Todd Kester, good to see you. Morgan does rock. Well, I will agree with you.
Thanks,
Todd. And William Bove says, I love theater.
Yes.
I do too.
The thing is, I gotta say, I do too. I did community theater for 12 years, and boy, have I got stories. Anyway, but no, and I've done everything from backstage to fight choreography to direction, everything been on stage. And one of the things I do recommend to people who are getting into any sort of creative endeavor, take up community theater. Because you learn to work outside of your own personality. And, and am I right, Abby? Did you ever have stage fright? I should ask that. Yeah.
But the more you do it, the easier it becomes.
Exactly. And I found that, I talk about frequently is like when I do a, live, appearance, I talk about me, but not me. And that's the person, who has most of my personality traits, preferably the more pleasant and human ones that that's the one I present to the public, and it's mostly me. But there's like I swear less when it's me, not me. I try to behave a little better, not always successfully, but anyway. But it's a good way to get over your butterflies and get them flying in the same direction. by doing community theater and just getting this nervousness about appearing in front of strangers in your background. So that's something I recommend to a lot of people. Even if you're just in the ensemble, even that helps a lot. So that's a little tip from those of us at Rising Tide Publications. You'll be getting an invoice later. Anyway, congrats, Abby. As an inspiring ambition.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah. Oh, and that's right. Dan Holofield of Rising Tide Broadcasting Network's Last Man Standing, Tuesday nights at 11 p.m., 1 a.m. on Saturday morning following Stupid O'Clock on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, #always promote. Stage Combat, Summoning Nick Tockert. Yes, Nick Tockert has a couple of books on like fighting.
Cool.
Like actual combat with bladed weaponry. And he does a show. I ought to send you the link, Abby. Friday nights on the Historical Fencing Guild, where he does what I call, teaching each other how to kill each other safely. He has demonstrations when the weather's warm and stuff, but he's a weapons master, basically.
That's so cool.
It really is. And you think you want to see energy. Oh my God, he makes me look like I'm in a coma. He is amazing. he is fantastic. I will, please remind me. I'll send you that link so you can check out his back catalog. And for Abby, do you know anything about getting into horror acting or voiceover work? Now,
horror acting. Wow.
Oh, did your eyes light up just now, young lady?
I haven't done that, so I don't know.
You'd like to do?
Maybe I haven't. I don't. Yeah, I guess it's never crossed my path. But as far as voiceover work goes, I think just putting yourself out there in any way you can. The internet is a great way to start. I didn't know, for example, audiobooks. Didn't even know that was something you could just do until someone posted about it on the internet. And I say, wait, how do you get into that? And just sort of started self-submitting myself. I know there are lots of websites for other types of voiceover too. If you can self-submit, record an audition in your closet, and see what happens.
Yeah. Now, let's see here. I'm looking at your resume, and you've done a lot of theater, and you've done some commercial voiceovers. Now, how did you get into those projects?
Let's see. Some of them it's all about the people you know, really. And a lot of people who say, oh, I'm working behind the scenes at this company and we need someone to do this commercial. Are you interested in submitting? Send in my picture and my resume. I get a call. They want me to do it. A lot of times that's what it is, being at the right place at the right time and knowing the right people. Definitely.
But you got to have the talent to back it up. Is the one thing. So very cool. Now that we've enticed her into becoming the new scream queen of independent films, we're moving on. So Marshall Lewis walks in. Good to see you, Marshall. And Lonnie and Dennis said hello too. Well, thank you very much, Jessica. I'm glad to hear that, and we say hello back at you guys. Mwah. Much love.
Hi guys.
And we're getting a progress report from Marshall Lewis. He's sitting down now. And thanks, Sarah. And also, how does one get into acting, or the best ways?
Community theater, like you said. That's it. Take a class if there's a class around you. But otherwise, community theater. That's the way to do it.
Yeah. And that's also a good way to network, too. Because, when I was active in community theater, I got into other theaters because, a lot of them were doing other theaters. And, hey, we've got this, thing coming up. We need somebody to play this role. Maybe you should audition, sort of thing. So, yeah, if you, especially, William, you should know, and you do know as a writer, how important networking is, which is, to me, little more than making friends, So, anyway, that's how you do it. And community theater is a great way. And in your area, I happen to know there are a number of community theaters, and they don't have to be big or anything. In fact, depending on your nervousness level, start small.
Absolutely.
Black box stuff. I love black box theater, and that's basically you have just enough props to give the idea of what the set is. It's not like an elaborate, you can see it from space sort of set. So yeah, but that's definitely a way. That's something to think about, and you have the right personality for it. So, and Marshall Lewis is now watching. Excellent, Marshall. We're glad to hear it. If you have any questions, just type them in the comments, and we will read them. And Lindell Johnson is back from the Zombie World 100%. Excellent. Lindell and his missus unfortunately had that thing that's going around now, the cooties, and but anyway, he made a full recovery, and that's what I love to hear, Lindell. Thank you for posting that. I really appreciate that. And Rick Bradley, glad to see you here, superstar. I'm glad to see you. And Ted Davies Artistry, good evening to you, my friend. And check out Ted on TED Talks every Tuesday morning at 10 on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, as well as Drinking with the Davies at 7 p.m. on Fridays. And interesting, now looking at the chat, which is a little bit behind. That's the way it works around here. And when will the audio copy be out? I love driving and listening. This coming Saturday. Mm-hmm. Is there a specific time, Morgan, that'll be out?
Abby gets to submit it, and then we wait 24 hours. So,
yeah,
right?
so
Is that
sort
correct?
of when Audible decides to put it out is when it'll be out, but it'll be Saturday.
It'll be ready by Saturday.
So we don't know what time yet. Just keep an eye out.
All right, just keep refreshing the screen. Just
yeah.
go there now.
There you go.
Yeah, now, do you know if they have it listed yet on Amazon? Because I know sometimes with books they'll list it before it launches, if you have a pre-launch or something, but if it's up yet?
I don't think so, to be honest.
Okay,
I said, Abby has more experience with that than I do.
I don't know either.
Okay. Well, how many other audiobooks have you done, Abby?
This is only my 4th one, so I'm still pretty new to this.
Listen to her. You're awesome. Anyway, we know this lovely lady,
and she does
Chelsea Quinn.
Editing.
Oh, cool.
Chelsea!
Cool. Love you, Chelsea. My favorite Harley Quinn right there. Hey, love you too. And Rick Bradley. So how did you trick these two very pretty gals to appear on here? Well, it's actually this way. I belong to any woman for the price of a drink. So anyway, but no, seriously. Morgan approached me, said I have this great project, and I can refuse Morgan very little, and said I have this very charming lady that will be helping me, and sure enough, she did. And that's why you see who you see before you, Rick. So there. And you need to hire Abby to do the to read your audiobooks now and get your stuff up on Audible too. He said cracking the whip. And Jacob 1451, pleasure to make it, Morgan. Really happy to support my sensei.
Oh, thank you, Jacob. Arigato.
Thank you so much, Jacob. And MYR Mediums, this is my first time here, but you do a great job hosting. Well, thank you. I appreciate that very much. And doing good, Brian. Morgan's mama. Oh, I remember you, Chris. I remember her mama. Oh, right. And yes, William, I know who you are. Anyway. Oh, you're changing your name. What is, is there a reason for this? Is anyone after you? Anyone I should know about? And yes, it was the free taco sign. It did work because having the van with the free candy painted on the door just wasn't cutting it anymore. So anyway, I have these as criticisms. And oh my God, we're going back to the 80s with this one. Rico Suave. So anyway, you ladies are way too young for that. I will not explain it to you. Anyway, and 21 cool kids watching on YouTube. Thank you, everyone on YouTube. Thank you to everyone who's watching on Twitch and Twitter. And it sounds like a disease, doesn't it? Twitch and Twitter and Facebook and everybody. Please keep those questions and comments coming. And Adrian Johnson, good to see you. Hey, Brian and Morgan. Hey, you, Adrian.
Hi, Adrian.
How the heck are you doing? And let's see, here we go. I don't know if I should read this. So a BK cup there. Morgan, have you tried the Impossible Whopper?
I was trying to be sneaky, Amber, but no, I haven't tried it yet. It's just water right now. But you tell me if it's good, Amber.
Hint, it is. I had it. So anyway, and let's see. Oh, and here we go. Sarah has a way of making you like this show. And the physical violence is the answer. She's getting out the cat of nine tails, so y'all better get on, better cracking, so to speak, before she does. And Daniel Bagdonis, I am just going to say that it's okay that you're late. We won't post this on the screen if that's all right with you.
Oh,
no,
Danny, I still love you. I still love you, Danny.
Yes, he obviously has trusted autocorrect for his typing, and autocorrect has betrayed him oh so cruelly. We're moving on anyway, because Daniel, I was trying to figure out if you were flirting or not there for a minute. Yes, and if you ladies have read that, that's all I'm doing. Anyway, Morgan asks MYR Mediums, what has been the best way that you have found to promote? Do you usually see a spike in sales after a convention? That's an excellent question. Do you go back and check your sales and see if you've got a noticeable bump from it?
I do, because a lot of people promise that they're like, well, I don't have money now, but I'll buy it later. So if I'm lucky, I might get 5% of people look into it later. But hey, I understand. But actually, with more recent years, getting more books out, traveling more, meeting wonderful people for networking like Brian and Amy Hale and Kathy Jackson and all those wonderful people, I have seen an increase. And actually, my local bookstore can't keep my books in stock. So that's kind of exciting.
Really?
Nice. Very cool. So,
thank you.
Now, here's the big question. Now we're talking about covers and everything. When are you going to get Abby to model for one of your book covers?
Ooh, I would love that.
we make things happen around here.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, we'll put a star sweater on you, get the silver necklace for Starry. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You can have magic powers, right?
Absolutely.
I believe it. Anyway, Daniel McDonough says, "No, I'm just illiterate. Apparently, in my phone. It happens to the best of us, sir. I appreciate it." Oh, and here we go. Oh, and Joseph Lockwood has a two-parter question. Morgan, who does your book cover art, and how did you find them? And then Abby, what would you recommend for someone interested in becoming a voice actor? Let's start with Morgan, because she was mentioned first. How do you who does your book covers, and how did you locate them?
Okay, so her name is Susie Zhang. She goes by Cherry Yuki, and she's got like 60,000 DeviantArt social media followers. She's amazing, incredible. And I've been friends with her since high school, for back in the day, MSN Messenger. Anybody remember that?
Holy cats. Wow.
So when I was in high school, I had a Cardcaptor Sakura anime chat with some girls, and she's from Australia, and that's how we kind of met. And then later I found out she wants to be a manga artist, and I asked her to do my covers 9 years ago, and she's been very wonderful and loyal since.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, Abby, the second part, what would you recommend for someone interested in becoming a voice actor? I get this question actually quite a lot from people who would like to get into it, who have this mistaken idea that it's easy. Okay, so what would you say is great training for someone wanting to get into this field?
I would say look for people who are offering classes in it. Those people are going to have the expertise and the knowledge, and they're also going to have those connections that can help you. I would say also just the more people you can listen to, and that's how you're going to learn a lot of things, is by listening and then trying it yourself, just recording yourself and listening and saying, how can I make this better? If you're able to find a coach or a teacher to help you out, that's really the way to go about it. And then just start submitting for things wherever you can. So many of them are online now.
Definitely. Very good advice. Very good advice.
Can I add something?
By all means, Sarah mocks us with her laughter. Come on, Sarah. Yes, please add something, Morgan.
So I go to anime conventions a lot and meet tons of anime voice actors, and you're going to be surprised. The number one thing that they say is community theater, actually, because they said that helps, get their voices, the range, the characters, and lots of agents, and especially in bigger states like Texas, California, New York, agents go to community theater performances to look for voice actors now sometimes.
Yeah, and well, one of the theaters that I have participated in East Central Illinois, Dick Van Dyke used to be one of the guys on the boards there. So
Oh, that's so cool.
yes,
Oh,
I have absolutely
oh.
0% of his talent, but I was on the same stage just the same. But
There
anyway,
you go.
Chris Hutchings says Abby Morgan was in the musical Yellow Sub. Well,
Oh,
she's fled. She's fled.
I bet she was amazing.
I bet she was. Penny Lane. Oh, very cool.
I love
very
that.
cool. Well, I guess it's just you and me, kid. Anyway, and Abby saying, save me. Anyway, MYR, by the way, Morgan, this is Lakota. I was actually able to make it to the show. I hope she is watching, and we will definitely let her know when she comes back. I think she was freezing up a little. So she
Might be her connection, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we will go through it as many as we can, and I'll write down the time. So well, there she is. I think. Okay, there she is. There she is.
Oh no, what happened?
I was gonna say, mentioned you in a play long ago, and next thing I know, you're out of here. It's like I want to know why.
What play was it? I didn't hear.
Yellow Submarine. You played Penny Lane.
Penny Lane. Yeah, that was me.
I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Well, here's something I do. I coach a lot of people on creativity and writing and publishing and such. And people ask me all the time about getting stories. Where do you come up with stories? And I say I use music for a number of my prompts. Like Penny Lane, there's a barber showing photographs of all the heads he's had the pleasure to know.
Yes.
He still has most of them. And I did this for one meeting, and this guy just looked at me like, and I said, don't tell me I just ruined your favorite song. He goes, no, that's my favorite song, but you just made it cooler. So, and she's off again. I've horrified her. She can't take anymore. So anyway, we'll come back to Morgan when she returns. I think this might be one you might want to take, Abby. Jacob 1451 asks, will the audiobooks continue with the sequels of the various series that Morgan has produced after Spirit Vision, whether it be The Hunter and the Bringer or her other publications? Do you happen to know that, Abby?
We have talked about the sequels to Spirit Vision specifically. I think there are 3 books in the series right now, potentially more eventually. But we have talked about doing those as well after this. Yes. And then I'm sure Morgan can talk about her other books.
Abby's hired if she wants it.
I'm a witness.
Yeah.
All right. Jobs are made here. Forget the New York Times. We make things work around here. And I wanted to get this to you, Morgan, before you pop out again. MYR Mediums is Lakota. Okay?
Oh, hi, Lakota. Yeah.
I hope you know them.
Oh, yes. He's a fantastic artist, good friend.
Cool. Well, we're glad you're Lakota. We really are. And William Bove says, awesome, Morgan, about the audiobook coming out.
Woo!
Yay!
Well, it is to be celebrated, seriously, because in all of our fields, we always get people, I'm sure you've both gotten people, I would love to be doing what you do. But how many people don't get off the couch to do it? Is the thing. The reason why Abby, go to her website and look at that resume. Oh my God, seriously, that's a champion resume there. And Morgan's got some great publications out. And it's because they took that leap of courage, that leap of faith, and followed their dreams, set goals, gave themselves benchmarks, and the rest is them being here and getting their wares to you. So, and Marsha Lewis is still watching.
Yay!
Yeah. And MYR Mediums, that's okay. It's okay for the reposted question. Not a problem. Lindell Johnson, my favorite Joker, says, we have always been a fan of Morgan's. Great person, great author. Mona and I are so proud of you, Morgan. So.
Bless you guys.
Lindell's awesome. Lindell, so's Mona. Glad you guys are up and about again. Girl Wisdom says it's cool, MYR. That happens. Yes, it does. And here we go. Yeah, geeky, which are, you might have to field the questions here. Do y'all have a current hyperfixation? And mine's Animal Crossing.
I love Animal Crossing. The new interior design element, so good.
Ooh. Oh, gosh. I'm gonna play the new Pokemon game once Christmas break happens, because as a teacher right now, you can't do anything because it's so busy. But I guess my favorite fandom right now, Amber, is Lore Olympus. I'm obsessed with Lore Olympus, the webtoon right now. It's my current favorite fandom.
Very cool. Very cool. I love it. Yeah, and my first thought was Animal Crossing, and it's like, the place where the deers cross on the state routes. Why? That's how out of it I am as far as video games go. I've got to get hip again. Rick Bradley says, when I did theater in high school and college, I always had a bit of stage fright, but when the audience would laugh at my antics, that would help get rid of it. Yes, acceptance. That's part of it. And something I used to do, take when I first started, and I was kind of hoodwinked into doing community theater. That's a long story. But what I do is I take roles where I couldn't wear my glasses. And I can see well enough that I won't bump into things, but I can't see beyond the footlights. So they didn't exist as far as I was concerned, that you just got to find the ways to get through it. So, but no, that's cool, Rick, and that's why you're so good at what you do when you're in person. And Brian Rodman just stepping in late and grabbing a seat. Well, glad to see you, Brian Rodman, BrianRodman.com, and all kinds of cool things. And hope everything's going well for you tonight, my friend. And William both says, thank you, Abby, for all your feedback and information.
Absolutely.
And there we go. And Sarah's asking, what about the female being the terror and the guy is the screamer? That would be a fun twist.
Ooh.
And that's the thing. I'm turning into a feminist in my old age. And I'm being tired of seeing all the eek, and the woman, trips on the linoleum floor, on the pattern of the linoleum floor, and lies there waiting for the evil person to come and get them. I am so over that. That trope has been drilled into the ground. So I think it's a super idea. Sarah, get busy right now. Okay? Make it happen. And William Bowe says, thank you, Brian, so much. And Abby, again, for all your information, guys. Thank you, William, for your great questions. And interesting, that's what these two ladies are. They really are. And hello, Nathan Brown. Glad to see you. Hope you're having a great night. And Tabitha Dippo Brown, hello to you. And Marshall, I don't know what's going on either, but we're running with it. That's the way the show works. And William Bowe says, I changed the name because I figured it'd be easier for people to find my books. Well, let's hope it works. Yeah, I think it's like football. You keep running the play till you get it right is the thing. So I'm going to be changing my book name to Stephen King. I figure I'll get more people reading this. Dan Alfield says Twitch and Twitter sounds like prom night.
Oh no!
And these are my people, gals. Anyway, Rick Bradley says, well, Audible, you say? Well, if it's okay, I'll be sending out friend requests to you.
Aww.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I will vouch for Rick. He, in case you think he's, a creeper or something, he is not. He's a cool guy. In fact, I gotta brag on my boy here. I gotta brag on him. Met him a couple years at a very small show in Southeast Illinois. He came to a panel where I was at with Amy Hale and Kathy Jackson, two of my fellow authors from the area. And he proceeded to ask all the right questions because he wanted to become a professional writer. 4 months later, he made his first sale.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, and I'm taking full credit for him. But anyway, and Daniel that's a way to put me out there like that. Well, would you have rather I put your original sentence out there? Let's just say that's not possible because, never mind. Anyway, I told everyone I'd behave. Anyway, public service announcement from Dan Holofield. Irish Mist is just as awesome as I remember it from my wildest youth. Thank you, Dan. We'll be waiting for more progress reports on your beverage choices tonight. And awesome, Morgan, on the last call, bookstores not being able to keep your books on the shelf. That is good news, sweetheart. I'm proud of you. Very good
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, here's a good question. Sarah asks, what is the general time of year when you make the least sales, causing the need for amping the promotions? What do you have do you find that you have like a period during the year where you just don't catch the buyer's fancy as much as other months?
Online, definitely, and it's summer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because people are vacationing, so.
Mm-hmm. That's true. No, that's a good point. That's a good point. And when I did a lot of comic books, I always found September was bad because it appealed to a younger audience, and they were getting ready for school, and they were buying clothes and books and couldn't buy comics. So something to think about. But the nice thing is, one thing I would also say, Sarah, there is an old adage in advertising that says, when times are good, you should advertise. When times are bad, you must advertise. So a continual presence in advertising is better than sporadic presence. So just a word to the potentially wise. And Geeky Witchery says, we don't speak of the dark days of MSN Messenger.
I love Messenger.
Oh, yeah, that in MySpace, right? Anyway, or was it, as John Oliver once said, where everybody's on Facebook, which replaced MySpace, which replaced Friendster, which replaced having real friends. So anyway, Brian Robbins says, Morgan said instant messenger, and I was triggered by dial-up sounds inside my head. Well, if you get these dial-up sounds for more than 4 hours, Brian, seek medical help. All right, that's all I've got to tell you. Or ICQ flashbacks as well. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're getting down to it here. And let's see. Here we go. This is a super question from illustrator and comic book writer and artist Brian Rodman. Abby and Morgan, who are your greatest inspirations in your work? Who wants to take that one first?
I have to think about it for a second.
Okay, I'll start.
Like when it comes to writing?
Yeah, sure.
Oh gosh. Lorene McDaniels is my biggest influence. She's an author from like the 70s and 80s that wrote about kids with terminal illnesses, which sounds really happy. But there was something about her styling and the way she could bring hope in the dire situations that inspired me. So she's always kind of my inspiration.
Very cool.
I would say for me, at least for right now, my favorite actress is Michelle Williams. And something that I love about her is that she can so easily go to all these different mediums, TV, film, stage. I saw her do a play in New York that absolutely blew my mind. And I just think of her as such a giving collaborative actor, which is something that I aspire to be when I work on projects, because I feel like so many people think of acting as such an ego-driven profession. And I think to be successful, you can't be. It's an ensemble collaboration process. I mean, even what Morgan and I are doing, she wrote the book and I'm narrating it, but it's truly, I mean, this audiobook is such a collaboration of, you know, what she sees in her mind and how I can help bring that vision to life. And so I just think, you know, actors who are willing to collaborate and really, you know, serve the project and the group as a whole are really the people who inspire me.
Excellent. I vouch for that. I love seeing actors push each other. It is, you know, it's almost palpable, the energy you see there. Now, this brings up a question to me. Now, Morgan, if you write a sequel to, or if you write future books in this world, and of course, Abby's going to narrate them. Now, because I said so. Now, are you going to be hearing her voice in your head as you're writing them?
I already hear her as Starry now, which is incredible. So I love that.
Oh my gosh. I'm honored.
Yeah. It's like, it's shifted now. So I adore that. But I have to tell you, my favorite voice of yours is Chloe.
I love Chloe. Oh, she's so fun.
Yeah.
Okay. What makes Chloe fun? Why Chloe?
Why do you like Chloe, Abby? I'm curious.
Chloe's just one of those characters who, in a world of very high stakes, where everything is dramatic, she just lives in this world of a fun-loving teenager who, her situation is still high stakes, but it's way more what we all can relate to, versus these magical, paranormal elements that are happening to our protagonist. Chloe's just a regular girl who doesn't know what's going on. She has a crush on a boy, doesn't think that he likes her back. And it's sort of nostalgic to voice a character like that because we've all been there.
That's true. Yeah.
Now, what do you like about Chloe, Morgan?
Well, she's based on my best friend. So.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
That's easy.
It was easy.
Nathan Brown, I also must apologize for being late. Also, Abby, when you audition for voice acting, do you try to submit a reel that showcases different voices or just your natural voice?
Yeah, I think it depends on the project. For this project specifically, I definitely went in with the character voices in mind. And then because Morgan provided parts from her book that had lots of different characters, there are over 40 characters in Spirit Vision.
Wow.
And so I knew it was important.
I didn't know that.
Not all of them talk a whole lot. Some just say a line or two here and there.
Right.
But yeah, I think as far as a generic voice reel goes, I think the different voices are what people really like. Unless you're going for something more specific that it would just have to be your natural sound.
Very cool. But when you apply, Abby, to Audible, did you supply a voice reel?
I just supplied the audition for the specific project, not a general reel, if you will.
Very cool. Very cool. Adrian Johnson doing good. Just getting up and getting ready to go to work. Well, you have a great work day, my friend. It's good to see you tonight. And Rick Bradley knows that performing on stage has helped out my vocal control a ton too. That is another side benefit, and also the ability to project, because sometimes sales rooms can be a little bit loud. And Nathan Brown says, I started alongside Morgan in Yellow Submarine. Grand times indeed. Yay. Coolness.
He had the best song.
And which song was his?
Come Together by the Beatles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he had the best song.
Very cool. Very cool. And Jacob 1451 says, regarding Abby's voice work within the initial Spirit Vision audiobook, how did she manage bringing each character's personalities to life despite being the sole voice actor for the audiobook? How do you approach the sound of these, the voices of the various characters? What kind of thinking goes in behind this?
That's a great question.
It is. Thank you, Jacob.
Yeah, thank you. The first thing I do before I decide anything is I asked Morgan. I said, are there any people in real life or characters in media that you hear as this character? And so she gave me a couple examples of, I think of this character as this voice, or this character has some characteristics of this person. Oh no, Morgan's gone.
Okay, we can talk about her again.
But yeah, so she provided me in this book with a lot of good people to listen to, or characters to listen to, that I could sort of not imitate, but take qualities of and use them for these characters. A lot of them are also written in the books. For example, I've done some books where the author and I don't have any communication. And so I'm just sort of on my own to come up with it. But a lot of times they'll write it within the book that this person has a raspy low voice, or this person, is this age, and therefore you have to think, okay, if they're this age and in this situation, how might they sound? So there's a lot of factors, but Morgan was super helpful in this project in coming up with them together.
That's great. That's great. Now, it's probably easier when you have like a direct line to the author rather than not having it and being on your own.
Yeah.
Is that true? Now, in the instances where you haven't had this direct contact and this synergy building up, aside from it being more difficult, did you have to do more retakes?
I had to do a lot more prep, I think. because I don't like to go into a project and then change my mind about it later. Say, oh, I should have done the character this way. Now I have to redo it all. So I did take a lot of time, researching those authors and trying to find interviews about how they felt about their characters, what maybe inspired them, and came up with a more solid plan for myself before going into it, for sure.
Very cool. Very cool. Geeky Witchery asks, has Morgan asked you guys about Edgar Allan Poe yet?
Okay, so Amber and I did a musical together in high school, and we had to sing Edgar Allan Poe from Good Man Charlie Brown's
okay. All right.
Snoopy musical.
Okay.
So
right.
we sang that song for years.
Those like with a lead-in like that, it's like what happened to him? I have an alibi. I really do. So, Jessica Johnson says, congratulations on the upcoming Audible release. Thank you, Jessica.
Oh, thank you, Jessica.
And Julie's in the house, says Dark Shadow 88. And and we've just made a fan out of William A. Bowe with a mention of Edgar Allan Poe. And Dan Hollifield, Brian Morris, Psycho Killer, Qu'est-ce que c'est? Ba 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 ba. And Morgan loves Willy Wonka.
No, I don't.
Oh.
No, I don't. No.
Is Chris being facetious here?
She's being mean.
Oh, bad Chris. Anyway, keep up the good work. Anyway, Rick Bradley says, one of these days I'll download the new stuff for Animal Crossing. I'm going to be cleaning up my island for a while, but where else can I have a Godzilla statue in my bathroom? What right-thinking adult doesn't ask themselves that at one point in life or another? Where else can I have a Godzilla statue in my bathroom? I want one right now. Anyway, interior design is chef's kiss. It's Geeky Witchery. And Jessica Johnson says, we love Morgan and are very proud to have her as a member of Heroes for Kids. She brings her love of kids, cosplay, writing, and anime to everything. For those who came in late, as the Phantom fans know, tell people what you do with the Heroes for Kids organization.
Okay, so I am one of their cosplayers. I am their anime quote-unquote expert. So I like to do the animes, but I've gotten into some other genres as well. And Heroes for Kids is a wonderful charity hosted in Perryville. And we work primarily with children's organizations and other things such as like the Veterans Wall in Perryville, Children's Miracle Network, things like that. And we just try to bring joy to kids while also introducing them to our heroes, police officers, firefighters, military, and things like that. So kids don't have to be afraid of our true heroes as well. It's great.
That's true. Yeah, very good. Very cool indeed.
It's so much fun. So much fun.
It really is. You guys do a great job. I'm really proud of all of
you.
And something you'd love, Abby, is one of their co-leaders dresses up as Superman. He's also a policeman in Perryville, Missouri.
Oh, wow.
And one time I spent the night down there and I was following Superman as he's driving his police car. And there's people walking down the street and they see Officer Johnson and they're waving at the face. And then they look at what he's wearing and they're like,
wow.
Yeah, I thought he flew. What the heck? So I almost ran off the road laughing. And no, we're not having Rodman Rabbit on tonight. That's Brian Rodman dressed up as Jessica Rabbit. Now try and get that out of your head, beard and all. Anyway, the next part of Eden Falls trilogy after Marvin's Night Out, which, by the way, I got to leave a review for you, Rick, will star a female heroine looking for her missing boyfriend. They were both in Marvin's. Rick Bradley, our author superstar there. So, and the Eden Falls trilogy is the book series he's writing. And you get to take 1/3 credit. Amy Hale and Kathy Jackson get the other 2/3. So they're the two that gave you the good advice. You know, I give you the bizarro advice. Do the opposite, you'll be fine. Anyway, Dan Hollifield is willing to do the Screaming Chickens. Hold on a second. We told the ladies we've got this. The Screaming Chicken voice actor, if anyone wants to write that story. And Dan has an excellent voice, is the thing. He's also a musician and a writer. He is just major talent. And we're glad you agree, Marshall. And Joseph Lockwood, this one's for Abby. How many projects do you take on at a time?
Well, currently I'm in school, so it is one outside project at a time while I'm in school. I've only ever done 2 audiobook projects at once. I don't usually like to overlap them because I like to give my full attention to whatever it is that I'm working on, especially if, for example, Spirit Vision has a 15-year-old protagonist narrator, and so I have to her speaking voice is a little bit different than my natural speaking voice, so I don't want to get confused on my narrator voices by doing too many projects at once.
Mm-hmm. Very good, very good. And Rick Bradley asks Morgan, how do you deal with being in a funk that affects your writing time, if that has happened to you before?
Oh, it has. Mostly it's because I don't have time to write. So, to be honest, you just got to kind of put yourself first. So when you want to write, you write. And there's some days that I try and I feel like it's going to be garbage. But the best advice I was ever given by a teacher was to try to write something, and you can always edit it in the morning. You can't edit a blank page. So that's how I do that. And then I go back, and like 75% of the time, it's not garbage. I'm like, oh, well, I can fix this.
Very good. Or you come on a show like this. Look, everyone's smiling.
If you really love it, just
Anyway, thank you, Rick. Thank you for that great question. And that's dangerously broad. Well, broads are usually dangerous. I married one, so yeah, and I've been in danger ever since. I mean, I've gotten more injuries in the last 30 years than the 33 before it. I'm just saying. Anyway, and Marissa Ziffer says, "Yay, Chloe, love her." Mm-hmm. We have a fan.
Based on Marissa.
Marissa! Yeah. You inspired a great character.
Very cool. Good work. Good work. And Rick Bradley says, I know with audiobooks, I've listened to some where the person doing the narration just drags me out of the story. I can't wait to check this one out. I might throw work your way, Abby.
Hey!
I feel like the kingmaker here, I tell you. As long as Morgan doesn't mind if I steal you for a bit.
Long as she does my other books eventually, yeah, that's fine.
Morgan gets first dibs for sure.
There we go. Yeah, we'll just work out that timeshare with Abby now.
Yeah.
You know. And Rick Bradley asked further, Abby, when you were doing voices for a book, do you find male voices difficult? Mm-hmm. And if so, how do you tackle those?
That's a great question.
That's
yes, I do.
Question. Seriously.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is not making them sound fake, because it's so easy to just talk down here and then it doesn't sound like a real person is speaking. And so I think just making the voice a little bit lower, but also making them all different is a huge challenge. So finding the little things you can do to make them all unique without taking them into a territory that sounds unrealistic.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I have to do that for male voices too. Anyway, Nathan Brown says, I'm flattered, Morgan. Come Together has always been my fave Beatles track. That's an awesome. That's one of my favorites too. I'm a huge Beatles fan. And Sarah's back after her boyfriend called. I mean, who's more important, your boyfriend or the three of us? That's what I want to know. I think the answer is obvious. You know. Anyway, Sarah, that does make sense for this time of year. And we like his stories too, Marshall Lewis, and Bad Chris. Bad. Rick Bradley. Chris is getting disciplined on here. Anyway, I don't think it'll take, but anyway, Rick Bradley says, Morgan, what is your favorite anime? And what is your favorite, I think you mean Abby, what is your favorite voice work you've done besides Morgan's book? Of course, we'll start with Morgan. What is your favorite anime, girl? Tell us.
My favorite anime is my first one, Cardcaptor Sakura. It's a cute little magical girl story about a girl with magic that collects cards. It's just adorable and sweet and lots of fun. So
Definitely. And Abby, what is your favorite voice work that you've ever done besides Morgan's book? Of course.
I did a couple years ago. I worked on an audio drama that had a full cast. It was a choose your own adventure called Life in Saunderville, which you can look up on iTunes, I think. And so I was a character in that who was a doctor coming to this new strange town to figure out what mysterious things were happening there. But it was really cool because it was a full ensemble piece, all recording this choose your own adventure audio drama.
Wow. I wrote that down. I'm going to look that up. I'm a sucker for choose your own adventure stuff.
That's awesome.
That's very cool.
So
very cool indeed, Abby. And we both, Jessica Johnson is awesome. And dude, I better see you at Heroes for Kids Con this coming July, I believe it is. We better see you there. You better get a table. And if you're a good boy and I get to do another writers panel, I found a trick to get people to come in, was what it is. We didn't have many people come in. So I told everyone there, I said, okay, on the count of 3, everyone start laughing as loud as you can. And we did that and I cut it off. And sure enough, about 5 minutes later, everybody just started coming in. There's a little larceny in everything we do. And Rick Bradley, fortunately, I know what you're thinking, sir. And I blame work for draining my brain today. Well, it's dragged it down to my level. That's how I was able to translate for you. You're welcome. And Sarah has much work to do tonight. Much love. Love you, Sarah. Mwah. Have a great night. We'll be talking to you soon. And be safe and have fun. And if it can be done simultaneously, cool. And Adrian Johnson, Superman, does have to follow city guidelines with no flying. That's right. It could be that Perryville is a no-fly zone. And Jacob 1451 says, expanding upon the initial question, how hard was it to try to portray the teenage male characters authentically? Typical female voice actors are cast for younger males due to their higher pitch. That's a super question, Jacob.
Yeah. It's a challenge, especially with the teenagers, to make sure they don't sound like children, but they don't sound like the adults. It's finding that in between. So yes, it's difficult, but it's fun when you have characters like Morgan's who are so fleshed out that you can find their qualities, and it just makes it easier when they're well written.
That's a big help there. That's a super help, and you went to the right source for well written. And Jacob 1451 says it must have been difficult, I imagine. Sounds like quite the challenge. And question answered. Okay. We took care of it. We got it all covered now, Jacob. Thank you. And take it from a dude, Sarah, says Nathan Brown. The boyfriend is far less important than an excellent podcast. Thank you. Someone with the right core values right here. It gives you optimism for the world. And William Bowe says, I would very much like to be part of Heroes for Kids and plan on it. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, seriously, get in touch with Jessica Johnson because she's the power, and go to Heroes for Kids Perryville Mo on Facebook, and you can contact her there or friend her directly or get a hold of me, and I'll make sure you two get hooked up with each other, okay? Because that's what we do around here. And Rick Bradley says, question for both of you. What is your dream project?
Oh, wow.
We can make it plural if that would make it easy. Because I see the gears turning.
Abby, do you know yours?
Sure, I can go first.
Okay.
Okay. So there's a musical called Once. It's based on a film with all original music. And I would really love to be in that show because they don't only act and sing, but they play their own instruments as well. And one of the characters plays piano, and as do I. And I would really love to play that role at some point.
Very cool. That's nice. I like that. I have to look that up now.
It's good.
Yeah.
So I'll have to write a piano scene in my next book.
Let's do it.
Let's do
it. Challenge is accepted.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
What's your dream project, Morgan?
I have a couple. All my books as audiobooks would be fantastic. But if I want to do like the Reach for the Moon one, I would love for Spirit Vision to be an anime, and Abby could do the voice of Starry, of course. And that would be amazing.
A dream.
Yeah, and then I would love for Hunter and Bringer, my new adult series, to be like a Netflix live action series. I think that would be amazing. So I'm dreaming pretty big.
Hey,
awesome.
They say about reaching for the stars.
Yeah.
Sometimes you still may catch something on the way down that's good. So, and I'm starting to think I need somebody to do my book. Anyway, He said,
I can do that too.
and you should. You should. Have you learned nothing from me, young lady? You should always hashtag promote yourself, even if it's on someone else's show.
apologies.
There we go. There we go. I will teach you to be a Jedi yet, I tell you. Anyway, Dan Hollifield says, when I'm done reading some of my stories for convention panels, I find the character accents and different speech patterns more useful than raising or lowering my own voice's pitch. Still never easy. I've got to interject here. I heard an audiobook, a Doctor Who audiobook, read by David Tennant.
Cool.
And he captured, it was during the Rose period, and he didn't like try, he's great at dialects. He's got a flawless American accent, but he did not even try to sound like Billie Piper, but he mimicked her speech patterns so perfectly you knew who it was. Same with it also had Rose's mom in it too, and he nailed Camille Koduri's speech patterns too, and that is incredible. That's great thinking. Awesome. Yeah, it's very impressive. Awesome. And messaging Jessica right now. Good man. Act while you can. And Spirit Vision, the musical.
Yes.
There we go. And let's see. And
who said that?
And we've got Dan Holfield said that. It was so nice he had to say it twice. So that's very cool. That is very, very cool. And thank you to everyone so far that has we've got a few more minutes here. If you've got a question for these wonderful ladies, please type them in and we will read them. But no, I'm really impressed with this. I really am. And impressed with both of you for finding this common ground, being able to work together. And I look forward to future collaborations for you two. I really do. And Abby, we got to get you to the Midwest sometime and, show you the sights here.
Absolutely. I would love that.
Yeah, see, now this is what you do for your Patreon page, Morgan. You have them sponsor Abby at, say, Heroes, for Kids and fly her out. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I bring to this package here. I'm telling you, ideas. I'm good with other people's businesses. And Marissa Sifford says, "I love Doctor Who and Rose. Hey, you and me both. Big Doctor Who fan. So always glad to find another one. So I think we will give everyone a few more seconds here, but you two have been incredible.
Oh, so have you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Well, thank you very much for being here. You could have done a whole lot with your Wednesday night, and you chose to be here, and I do appreciate it. I really do. Oh, we do have a latecomer here. Ninja Cat Girl 92 says, "Hi, Morgan. Sorry I'm late to tune in. I just got home from work. It's Cat."
Oh, I love Kat. She's doing some fan art for my newest manuscript. So she's wonderful.
Cool.
Nice.
And she's like my unofficial Instagram person that makes my book covers.
And apparently she was about to reveal a secret, and the Illuminati got her. Okay. Uh-oh. I'm telling you, they're watching us. Don't worry, Abby. I'll keep you safe here. Okay. Anyway, and I corrected my typos, and Brian got to see it twice. Okay. I speak autocorrect fluently. I really do. Mostly because I see what stuff comes out of mine. And Dark Shadow 88. Hey, Brian. Hey, Morgan. Good to see you, Dark Shadow. And we've got her coming back now. She's coming in fast. Here she is. Add to stream. There she is. Oh.
SteamYard don't like me tonight.
I don't know. I adore you enough to make up for StreamYard. Okay? So, StreamYard, pay attention, all right? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Dark Shadow 88 says hello.
Hi, Julie. I see Julie. Hi.
Excellent. And one more question from Rick Bradley.
Hi, Julie.
Let's see. Oops. And we just had a comment thing here. What are your favorite books?
Ooh. Well, my favorite's an old classic. I like Wuthering Heights, The Forbidden Romance. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
I like anything by Rick Riordan. He wrote the Percy Jackson series, Kane Chronicles, Magnus Chase series. I love mythology, and he just has a great humor and wit to it. So I would probably fangirl if I got to meet him.
Very cool. As for
Yeah.
my favorite books.
Of course.
Just saying. Anyway, hashtag always promote. And let's see. And we're going to mix up some comments here because some people are signing off here. And let's see. And it's okay that you made it fashionably on time, Dark Shadow 88. It's all good. Jacob 14.
Okay, Julie.
Thanks, Julie. And Jacob 1451 says Morgan's books don't deserve the Netflix bastardization treatment unless she's directing it. There we go. But the One Piece adaptation holds promise. So, and Rick Bradley says, "Oh, Brian, you know my books are your favorite." Oh gosh, you caught me again. Anyway. So anyway, thank you all for your comments. We've got some more from the audience, and let me see if I can go back here. And let's see. Nathan Brown says, "Thank all three of you for the stream. Excellent stuff." Nathan, thank you for being here. For your participation has been glorious. Thanks, Nathan. Hope you come back soon. William Bob says, Morgan, was great seeing you as always. Abby, it was incredible meeting you. And thanks again for answering the questions. And author and cigar enthusiast Carl Wisdom says, good show tonight. Lots of energy and good topic. Thank you for being here, Carl. Always appreciated, my friend. And let's see. William Bow says, Brian, I love Clever Title Penning and Rising Tide Broadcasting Network. You are a right-thinking American. Thank you for being a patriot. And Dan Holofield said this was a great show, except for Brian kicking Morgan off when she steals his thunder. I would never do anything so egotistical, ever. You know I wouldn't. I'm above all that. But anyway, actually, Morgan will tell you, I probably have the least. I tell people I'm a bear to work with, but I probably have the least amount of ego of a lot of people. And Chris Hutchings says, I agree, Abby. Wuthering Heights, great in book and movies. Also, a superb song by Kate Bush.
Mm-hmm.
See? Mm-hmm. I'm still stuck in the 80s and I love it. Anyway, so I think that's all the comments we have. Thank you all, everyone in our audience tonight for your great questions and comments. A lot of what makes the show work is you guys. So we appreciate your participation. Mm-hmm. Thank you for making my friends here so very welcome. Yeah, I agree with Morgan there. And Ninja Cat Girl says, good to see you too, Brian. It was good to see you at Cape Con this year. It was a pleasure. And hope to see you again soon, probably at Heroes for Kids Con. So here we go. We're at the, and Adrian Johnson says, I'll chat with you guys later. Got to go to work. Well, we can write you a note and get you out of it. Just, come by and just swing by the house and we'll take care of that. I'm only 5 hours away. Anyway, have a good night, Adrian. Thank you for being here. So anyway,
hi, Adrian.
Appreciate you so much, and appreciate you two ladies. Thank you for being here on this very special edition of Clever Title Penning, and hope we can do it again sometime.
Absolutely.
All right. So what we're going to do now is we'll start with Abby, then Morgan, and then I'll close out the show. Please stick around so I can say goodnight to you ladies properly. It's only fair. And this is the time when I'm going to give you the spotlight. And you tell everybody how they can keep up with your amazing exploits and what you got coming down the pike and everything. And this is your chance to promote you. and Rick Bradley, you take care and stay creative too. And there she goes. Just like the song. There she goes again. Anyway, and Rick Bradley says friend request coming in shortly.
Oh, yay.
Yay. Thank you, Rick. And anyway, when she comes back, we'll give her the spotlight. But right now, Abby, you get the floor. But we have swept it first. So tell everyone how awesome you are and how they can keep up on your amazing exploits.
You can keep up with me at my website, abbymarieanderson.com. And on Saturday, check out our Spirit Vision audiobook. If you look up Abby Anderson on Audible, you'll be able to also see some other projects I've done in terms of audiobooks. But yeah, check out Spirit Vision Saturday.
All right. Thank you so much, Abby. And just in time for the spotlight dance here, there is Morgan Comnick. Morgan, please tell everybody how they can keep up with you and what all you got going.
Sure. So you guys can go to my website, morganscomnick.com. It has all my social medias on the right-hand side. I am on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter, which I hardly use. I have a YouTube channel, which is lots of fun because I do lots of nerdy unboxing videos and book readings and such. Not as good as Abby. I am not a professional like she is, but it's a lot of fun. I'm working on a new book, which should be out in hopefully early 2022. I also going to be having a Kickstarter in 2022 in mid-February with Brian Rodman as my mentor. So I'm really excited about that. And I also have a Patreon page, patreon.com/MorganSComnick. We're raising funds for the Hunter and Bringer audiobook because we have 2 narrators for that one, which we're really stoked about. So I have 3 fantastic narrators on my team, and I'm very, very grateful for that. And I'm very, very grateful to have Abby do Spirit Vision and hopefully the next 2 pretty soon. And if Brian's okay with it, Abby and I were maybe going to offer a free audiobook code to someone who commented tonight.
Well, do you want to pick one or?
I think Brian should pick, right, Abby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Well, if I remembered that, I'd have set up the StreamYard thing here. Okay. The people who have stuck with us, if you have been here from the very first, let me think. What play was Morgan Comnick in?
Oh.
First one gets it.
I was in lots of plays.
And Chris Hutchings, we love you too, hon. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you very much. And we will, well, I'll tell you what we'll do is I'll put you, lady. Oh, wait a second. Marissa Sifford also says, sending the love.
Oh,
love.
got one.
Okay, and we have a winner. All right. Nathan says, unfair question. I cannot answer. We have a winner. It is Marissa Sifford. Yellow Submarine is the answer. Congratulations, Marissa. Please get in touch with Morgan, and she'll hook you up, okay? Well, that's it. Okay, and we also want to give congratulations to Rick Bradley, who came in second, and Joseph Lockwood, who came in third. Thank you.
Oh, good job, guys.
Good work. But Marissa Sifford wins the audio book here. Congratulations. And she's gone again. So anyway, and Marissa goes, woohoo! So you know she's excited. Mm-hmm. And Nathan says, congratulations. We congratulate you too. And appreciate you so much. Anyway, Abby, thank you for being here. We'll put you in the background. And Morgan, I'm going to keep you where you are right now. But stick around so I can say goodbye to you. And Abby, again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. And we're going to mute you, and we'll put me in the foreground here because I'll close out the show here. And I know it's astonishing, Dan. It's amazing. Anyway, thank you all for being here. And a huge thank you to Morgan Comnick and Abby Anderson for bringing their charm and their talents to this show. We appreciate everyone that showed up on this very special night. And Rick Bradley, curse my left-handedness. I'm holding Raziel in my left arm. That's his child, not a demon or anything. And typing with my right. That's okay, but you played the game, and that's what counts. But anyway, we want to thank you all for showing up tonight in this very special Clever Title Pending. Again, we're going to resume production in January probably, but follow our page on Facebook and the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, and you'll be able to get the news there. Also, we'll be telling our Patreon subscribers, as well as anyone who goes to our website here, risingtide.pub, and signs up for our free newsletter. So please check it out. And anyway, we do want to thank our Patreon subscribers, rather. We got more than one. And they get mentioned in all our publications and on this show. We thank them for their ongoing support, because without them, we would not be able to keep this program and many others on the air. And if you want to see your name here, go to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. Please sign up for, or rather give the Facebook page, Rising Tide Broadcast Network, a like, and keep up on everything we do. And you'll find a whole lot of our broadcasts in the back files there. Also, if you're watching this show on Facebook, please give us a like, because it does help us with the algorithms. And if you're watching us on YouTube, not only give us a thumbs up on that thing, but also smooch that bell. All right. And make sure it rings every time we do a broadcast, because we got some really cool stuff coming up on the Rising Tide Broadcasting Network that I think you'll enjoy. So anyway, thank you all for being here, and we especially want to thank Plasma Fire Graphics for sponsoring this episode. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. Check out their Facebook page and then go to plasmafiregraphics.com, where you can contact Jeffrey Hayes directly and ask for his rate card. He does a whole lot of great graphics, and he'll do them at indie creator prices. You'll be astonished. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it matters to your readers a whole lot. And also, don't forget, tomorrow night at 7 p.m., I will be back with Brian Rodman, Clyde Hall, and Eric S. Hawkins for Comic Book Spectrum, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. We're going to talk funny books, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. So anyway, folks, thank you again for being here, and thank you again to Morgan and Abby for the being wonderful tonight. And we hope you have a great evening and enjoy the rest of it, and tell everyone about these broadcasts and get them to sign up. That'd be great. Anyway, thank you for being here, and as always, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Have a great evening, and we'll see you Friday morning on Never Mind the Furthermore, tomorrow night on Comic Book Spectrum, and sometime in January for Clever Title Pending. Take care, everyone.